Hello, and welcome to Look Good, Feel Better. I'm Ann Massey, your host for today's Feel Better session that will explore the question, can great skin be created, featuring my friend and colleague, Janet Pardo. When not hosting Feel Better sessions, I'm a proud Look Good, Feel Better national volunteer for our virtual workshops. I'm also field executive for Clinique. Today's topic is near and dear to my heart, and I'm sure yours as well. Skincare is such an important element of anyone's daily wellness routine. In previous sessions, we've talked about how to incorporate mindfulness and relaxation into the skincare process. Today, we're going to get specific and discuss what you need to do to maintain and protect healthy, beautiful skin. But before we begin, I wanted to quickly introduce you to the Look Good, Feel Better program. Look Good, Feel Better provides free workshops to people with cancer to really help them manage the appearance-related side effects of cancer treatment, because we know that in doing so, it improves morale and allows them to face cancer with confidence. Professional beauty volunteers like myself provide lessons on skincare and makeup, nail care, cosmetics, wigs, turbans, and head coverings, as well as accessories and styling. And from my experience, to see the transformation that happens from the beginning of the hour to the end is absolutely amazing. It's such a meaningful experience for the women who participate and for those of us who volunteer to give these women an hour just to focus on themselves and some self-care. Over the past 30 years, we have provided that experience for more than 2 million women in 27 countries around the world. Look Good, Feel Better sessions are 100% free and available to anyone that's undergoing cancer treatment. For more information or to share Look Good, Feel Better with someone that you know and love, visit www.lookgoodfeelbetter.org. Now, one more quick note before I introduce our special guest. We are thrilled to provide an exclusive 72-hour discount code to shop on Clinique.com. It's available to everyone that's watching this Feel Better session. Just enter the code LGFB25. And when you shop at Clinique.com from today through Monday, May 23rd, you'll receive 25% off of your entire purchase. Now, while the code is certainly free to you, we do encourage you to donate to the Look Good, Feel Better program to help support this important mission. Just click the donate button below or text Feel Good to 44321. That's Feel Good to 44321. It will really help women in cancer treatment to look and feel like themselves again. Now, let's get started for today's session. Let me tell you a little bit about Janet Pardo. She is the Senior Vice President of Product Development for the Estee Lauder companies. She contributes her vast knowledge and expertise to brands that we all know and love, such as Aveda, Darphin, Bumble and Bumble, Origins, Glam Glow, and of course, Clinique. Janet works directly with a professional panel of dermatologists, skin physiologists, clinicians, and clinical experts, and has brought many, many breakthrough innovations to the marketplace to protect and nourish our bodies from the outside in. Today, we're all lucky just to be able to spend some time with Janet to discuss skincare from her unique perspective. Welcome, Janet, to Feel Better Sessions, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Anne. I'm so happy to be here to be able to talk about my favorite topic, how to get great skin. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You are very welcome, and you are such a beautiful guest. Your skin is amazing, so I feel confident we're going to be getting pro tips directly from you.
Thank you.
So I want to start. I actually have 3 questions, not to overwhelm you, but I do have 3 questions I want to hit you right off the bat. Ready?
Yep, ready.
The first is, what is the secret to healthy, glowing skin? What are the steps that everyone should have in their daily routine? And are there specific products that everyone should include in their daily skincare routine?
You know, it's not as difficult as you would think to get healthy, glowing skin. It really just takes a few simple steps and to be disciplined about it. Not complicated, because everybody can have great skin. Everybody. It doesn't matter what kind of skin you were born with, everyone can have great skin. If you follow a very simple routine, you can really have beautiful, glowing skin. And it's as simple as cleansing, exfoliating, and moisturizing it, and doing it with products and formulations that are right and appropriate for your skin.
Okay. So cleansing, exfoliation, and moisturization. And is
Yes.
it something that, is it like brushing my teeth? I need to do that twice a day?
Exactly. It's so simple. It's like a no-brainer, right? So the first step always, and it's cleansing, and doing cleansing in a gentle way. It's essential for healthy skin, because imagine what we're going through every day. Our skin is bombarded with pollutants, um, buildup of oil, debris, dead skin cells, all that stuff. We don't really think about it, but the things that our skin is faced with every day is amazing. And the most essential thing you can do is cleansing, proper cleansing, gentle cleansing twice a day. That is super important. So in the morning, when you wake up, and of course at night before you go to bed. However, remember something: if you're really wearing a lot of makeup, or any makeup at all, a very wise man who happens to be a dermatologist always said to me, you would never take a shower with your clothes on. So
Okay.
why would you wash your face with your makeup on? You should always use a makeup remover first. And it's so simple, because you don't want your cleanser to be doing over heavy duty lifting, because then your skin can feel dry if you're really like trying to get that makeup off. You want to remove it first with a really effective and gentle makeup remover.
Okay.
This way your cleanser doesn't have to work so hard. You're getting rid of all that surface makeup. You're getting rid of all that buildup of makeup throughout the day. And then you use your cleanser and it does the next step, but it doesn't have to do a lot of heavy lifting. So if you're wearing a lot of makeup remover first, then you use your cleanser. And what your cleanser is going to do is just do that lifting, that getting through the dirt and the pollution, and getting rid of all the debris on skin.
Okay.
The next step for me, which is my difference maker personally, is exfoliation. And it's, I think, one of the best kept secrets. And, doctors will tell you all the time that cleansers can only do so much.
Mm-hmm.
And the next step is exfoliation. And from the reason for that is because liquid exfoliators, which is my favorite thing to use, really does a great job in a gentle way of kind of doing the heavy lifting that the cleanser can't do, which is really removing the dead skin cells that tend to stick together and don't want to shed. So think about this. If you don't do a liquid exfoliator and the skin cells aren't coming off of your skin in a natural way, which is usually a 28-day cycle for a healthy average skin, as we age, that shedding process slows down. So what happens is those skin cells, there's glue in the middle. They tend to stick together and they start to layer on top of each other. And what does that look like in the mirror? Dull, flaky skin. Something so simple as a liquid exfoliator on a cotton pad for the formula that's right for your skin type. Sweep across your face, boom, 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 boom. You see the cotton pad, you see the dead skin cells, you throw it away. It's the most satisfying experience in the world. And the beautiful thing about it, Anne, immediate glowing skin, immediate pores that look more refined, immediate smoother texture. It's instant. It's like the perfect pre-step. Like just makes sure everything look better instantaneously. So the first time you use a liquid exfoliator in a formula that's right for you, I can't say that enough,
Okay.
you're hooked. You're absolutely hooked. So people say to me, what's that desert island product? Liquid exfoliator. I
Very
can't live
good.
without it.
Very good. And I'm all about instant gratification as well. I want that
Exactly.
immediate result.
Exactly. So once you do all of that and you remove everything from your skin, you know what you want? You want a little moisturization. You need to kind of balance out the water and the lipids in the skin. You need to put back. So a nice, lightweight moisturizer is essential.
Okay, fantastic. And you mentioned too that as we age, we need to continue to exfoliate. Can you
Yeah.
expand on that just a little bit?
Yeah, that's like critical because, the skin cells, they just like, unfortunately, like everything as we age, everything kind of slows down or
Mhm.
drops. And in the case of skin cells, they don't want to shed as quickly. They slow down. They stick together more. So, there's two ways to go about that. There's two ways to remove that. One way is to do the liquid exfoliator, which is my favorite,
Mhm.
because it can also be very gentle. And then another way is to do a manual exfoliator, because you want to be able to incorporate that into your daily routine so your skin cells are always fresh and youthful. And you're kind of helping yourself help your skin work in a more youthful way by getting rid of that dead buildup. You're revealing fresher cells, more glowing cells. So one way to do it is with liquid exfoliator. Another way to do it if you're is with manual exfoliator. It depends on your level of sensitivity in your skin.
Good. So that leads me to my next question. Can those of us with sensitive skin exfoliate twice a day?
I think it's crucial. I mean, obviously, for people who are really, really sensitive or have a condition, I always say check with your doctor first. Like if you have something like a rosacea or something like that, always check with your doctor first. But because there's so many different options for different skin types,
Mhm.
that really can be so, 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 so gentle. Um, but have that exfoliation technology built into it to just loosen up the bonds that keep the skin cells stuck together. So, yeah, if your skin is sensitive, if you tend to feel a little burn, a little tingle, a little dry, there are options for you, many options of liquid exfoliator that will be probably really effective in giving you that great glow and not causing any harm at all to your sensitive skin. I don't know, Anne, if I would recommend a manual exfoliator for somebody who's super sensitive. I think if somebody's super sensitive, even somebody who tends to have acne, sometimes cystic acne, you could be really sensitive. I tend to say not maybe not so much to that because the scrubbies in the formula maybe for a really sensitive skin can tend to be maybe a little irritating.
Okay.
I personally like it occasionally because I feel in my T-zone area it really kind of opens up the skin and gets those closed comedones open, and it really does help to exfoliate like blackheads and clogged pores and things of that nature. But a gentle liquid exfoliator can do that as well if your skin is sensitive.
Okay, I love that. So we'll stay with the liquid gentle exfoliators for sensitive skins.
Yeah.
Now, you've mentioned formulations and you've talked about skin type. How does one know what their skin type is?
A lot of people get very confused by that. Like, what's my skin type? You just listen to your body, very simple. You have dry skin if you have tautness all over your face. If you have no shine, no feeling of oiliness anywhere, your skin always feels a little taut, you feel a little uncomfortable everywhere, even in your T zone, you're dry. You're dry
Okay.
all over. There's no oil going on in your face. Okay,
Okay.
you don't feel any comfort. You don't feel anything. You don't look shiny. You feel just taut and dry, and everywhere you're dry. If you're combo, which is the majority of people, what happens is that you can tend to feel a little dry in the cheek area, maybe a little taut in the cheek area, but your T zone is a little more oily. You have a little more in the T zone area. If you're comfortable in your cheeks,
Excuse
you
me.
have no dryness here and you're oily here, you tend to now are like going more towards the oilier type, like you'll get that shine midday in the T zone. Your cheeks never feel dry. You never feel taut. You never look like you're flaky. You don't feel flaky.
Mhm.
So your cheeks are always comfortable. Your T zone gets a shine, and that shine does continue all throughout the day. You're leaning now more towards an oilier skin type. If you're really oily, so the opposite of the dry, I was at you, Ann, okay, you tend to be oily all over. No discomfort anywhere on your face. You have oil everywhere and you do have shine. A lot of people who have that skin type always want to kind of, absorb that oil with a powder or a touch up of some kind throughout the day to get that shine down. So it's just listening to your body and looking in the mirror and seeing how your skin is reacting throughout the day helps you define what your skin type is. But there's always, somebody to help you understand what that is when you're deciding on products to buy. There's always an expert there for you.
That's great. So it sounds like there's really probably like 4 different skin types, and that, we need to really listen to our body. When I think about that, there's so many terrific ingredients, especially in moisturizers. And it's important for all skin types to have a moisturizer.
Yes, especially if you have acne, because what happens with acne is sometimes they're very dehydrated. You'll hear acne people say, "Oh, my skin is so dry and flaky." There's a reason for that. If your skin is dehydrated, it affects all skin types. So there's that lack of balance going on in skin, that lack of water oil ratio that goes off balance that causes dehydration, and it doesn't discriminate. It's really across all skin types.
Okay. So what are some key ingredients that I need to look for in a moisturizer?
Yeah, there's a lot of buzz. It's consistent. Dermatologists love it around, the world of hyaluronic acid. It's a very beautiful, it's really great for sensitive skin. It's a great humectant. It helps skin hydrate, and then it helps skin hold on to the hydration. So whatever water or humidity is happening in the air, it helps your skin hold on to that, which is really, really good. That's why it's so good for everybody. It's one of those things that works kind of instantly. It helps to plump up the skin from within. It helps to soften those fine dry lines. It's really very easy to use, easy to formulate with. And you see those results really, really instantly. Now, hyaluronic acid, it's naturally occurring in our skin anyway. So, by the time here we go again, as we get older, those naturally occurring hyaluronic acid levels in our skin kind of go down, they drop. So it's more important to have something that can supplement the skin with hyaluronic acid that really helps to replenish and helps to plump the skin. It's an important feature, especially as we get older. And we love using it because it's extremely effective and you see results very quickly.
Fantastic. Now, what about, I've heard of another ingredient, aloe vera or something in that family. Is that super soothing and moisturizing to the skin as well?
Yeah, aloe vera ferment is a wonderful companion to hyaluronic acid. They kind of help each other out. It's very soothing to skin. It's got great skin hydration retention properties. So it really assists in holding on and keeping that water going underneath the skin. So you're always feeling great. I always say, Anne, that there's never one magic bullet ingredient. There's always, it's all about like the chemistry of it. Like adding aloe vera ferment to hyaluronic acid elevates the whole performance of how the skin should function in terms of a natural moisturizing factor, in terms of really holding on to that moisture, keeping it there, and keeping the skin plump and supple and soothed. So it serves a great purpose and it's a great partner.
You certainly make the science of this very, very interesting and fun. What are some of the ingredients that we should avoid?
Oh boy, that's a good one. Yeah, everybody is very, very conscious of that these days, more than ever, I think, and, we're very conscious about what we put in our bodies, what we're eating, making sure we stay, clean, quote unquote, healthy foods, and really making sure that we look at that in every aspect of our lives, including our skincare products. So you don't want to put, like I always say, if it doesn't do anything for skin, it shouldn't be in the formula, So I'm always about, the truth is, what you don't find in your skin, it's just as important as what you do find. So I kind of like look at it two ways. I don't want something in there that obviously is going to cause any kind of a reaction or an allergic reaction to skin. But I do want to have ingredients in there that will supplement and help my actives work better, help my actives penetrate the skin better, and at the same time, keep the skin calm. I call it the gas and the brake. It's very important to have active ingredients in a formula that really work, but sometimes active ingredients can be a little irritating. So it's important to couple them with ingredients that are soothing, calming, anti-redness, things that really help the skin stay in a very natural, relaxed state so they could accept the active ingredients better. So I look more for that, and obviously things that are going to cause a reaction to skin, like any kind of a reaction, we just avoid all of that. It's very important not to trigger any kind of a sensitive reaction or any kind of an allergic reaction. And we go through so much behind the scenes to make sure that our products are safe and tested so diligently, so many times, so many different kinds of safety tests to ensure that our products will do no harm. And you know what? Whenever we're developing, sometimes, the world is changing, people change, skin changes. We find people are more sensitive now than ever before. So if there is something that kind of creates some kind of an irritation to skin, we go back to the drawing board. We go back to the bench and we tell the chemist, didn't work. We got a reaction. Even if it's one person, we won't launch that. We go back and we fix it before it goes out the door. It takes a lot to do that. That's why I say this. When you come and you peek behind the curtain on what we do, we're like really very obsessed with making sure that our products are safe and gentle. And really, everything we add to our formulations help that process.
That is so amazing, and it builds such a trust factor,
Yeah.
with the products. So really, kind of in a nutshell, making sure that we're not looking for ingredients that would be added to the product that are not necessary. Would I be safe to say that fragrance might be fragrance-free products would be something that would be important?
I mean, fragrance is superfluous, right? I mean, emotionally, maybe they make you feel good, but they can be irritating. They can cause a sensitivity. They can be photosensitizing. So, in other words, if you go out in the sun, a fragrance can trigger a photosensitive reaction. So, nothing superfluous should ever go into a formulation. We really like to reserve our formulations and the ingredients we add that really do deliver a benefit to skin. That's the most important thing. So fragrance is one of those things that's very superfluous and doesn't really add any benefit to the skin.
Very good. Very good. So fantastic advice. Now let's switch gears a little bit. Now that the weather is getting warmer, can we talk about the importance of broad spectrum sunscreen and having that in our skincare products?
Yeah. You know what? It's like something that I'm obsessed with is sunscreen, because I don't think a lot of people realize how important it is for so many reasons. First of all, the majority of the aging that you see in the mirror comes from exposure to sun. I don't know if anybody knows that, but if you put sunscreen on every day of your life and you stay out of the sun, it's a big difference. There's a study that we had with identical twins. One was in the sun and one wasn't. They're identical. So their DNA is exactly the same. One looked 20 years older, the one that sat in the sun. So, you accumulate damage. Skin has great memory. And with sun, it accumulates in your skin as well. So it's super important to have a broad spectrum UVA, UVB sunscreen at all times. Even if you're taking a walk outside for 15 minutes, it's super important because skin doesn't forget. It accumulates. Even a 15-minute walk to get some lunch or get some fresh air, just take a little walk, you have to put your sunscreen on. And it's something people don't realize. It is super, super important to the health of your skin. So I'm a huge advocate of it. Like if you're going to go take a walk outside, 15, 20 minutes, you could use a sunscreen between like a 15. Doctors will say if incidental exposure doesn't have to be a super, super high level SPF. If you go into the beach, it's another story and you're going to be sitting in the sun for hours. Yes, you need a higher level of sunscreen. But, incidental exposure, whether it comes from your moisturizer or it comes from a separate SPF product or your foundation or something, you should always have some level of protection on your skin, and your skin will thank you for it. Your skin will look younger, it will look smoother. You won't have so damage, because honestly, you could get, I'm guilty. I sat in the sun, 20 years ago, guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wake up 20 years later and you look in the mirror and you're like, where'd that spot come from? It just pops out of nowhere, and it's because your skin has memory. So putting sunscreen on, I can't encourage it enough. I have a 20-year-old daughter. I'm obsessed with her putting sunscreen on her face every day. Even if it's a little bit of sunscreen, even if it's an SPF 20 in her foundation, I encourage her to wear it. It's very, very important to the health of your skin.
Not only the health of our skin, but certainly reduces that risk of skin cancer as well.
Yeah. And also on a cloudy day, don't think you're not getting damaged. Even if it's cloudy out, the UVA are the rays that damage. They're the ones that go deep. They're the ones that make you say your skin doesn't forget. I mean, the UVB, the burning rays, are bad too. Don't get me wrong. But even on a cloudy day, or you're sitting in your office and you're in a window, or in a room where there's a window, those rays hit you. That's a UVA. That they go deep and they stay there for a long time. So sunscreen is always a good thing to have, no matter where you are.
So you bring up another interesting point. Speaking of the signs of aging, when should we start using anti-aging products like retinol?
Yeah, you know what? That's another one that, that's a buzz ingredient, because it works. It does work. They could appear as early as your 20s. I mean, 20-year-olds, you could have fine, dry lines, specifically here in this area, around the eye area. I call them the crow's feet area, where you're gesturing a lot. That tends to happen first when you're younger, sometimes on the forehead. But you start to see them in your 20s and 30s, and then it gets a little bit more intense after that. But it all depends on genetics, and clearly depends on your lifestyle, without a doubt. I mean, you could really manage a lot of this if you start your skincare routine earlier, or we call at the first signs, and you see something and you should address it, because they could appear, a lot of different ways. They could appear in the mirror as fatigue, make you look tired. It can make your skin look dull. It could just, you could see the dryness, the flakiness around the eye area. Some people have dark under eye circles that could appear at a younger age for a variety of reasons. Dark spots, discoloration, all of that can contribute to the look of aging. So, there are certain ingredients that really help rectify that, and retinol happens to be one of them.
Okay, good. So it's not about when to start. It's starting as soon as you see the concern.
You should start with a good skincare routine. And obviously it's not, and I'm all about making sure you get the right products for your skin, because you can't possibly think this is not a cookie cutter situation. You need to have a conversation, and you need a product that's right for you. Because it's not one size fits all, because of your genetics. You're going to react differently than anyone else. So, you're unique. Your skin is unique. There's only one you. So you need to have a conversation to get a product that's appropriate for your skin. And the sooner you start taking care of it, the better you'll be in the long run. And it becomes a habit after a while. And it's really, you start to see results very quickly.
Now we're talking about retinols, but I've also heard of retinoids.
Yeah.
Can you distinguish the difference between a retinol and a retinoid?
Yeah, it's very confusing to a lot of people. It's confusing to me too. I have to think about it sometimes, but I'm so close to it, and I speak to doctors all the time. So doctors use something called retinoic acid. Okay, that's prescription. We don't use that. We can't. We're cosmetic. We don't use that. It is regulated, though. The whole retinol category is regulated by the government. So retinoids and retinols, I like to say, are related, but they're like cousins. They're not like sisters or brothers. They're cousins. They're not the same. They don't work the same on skin. We use retinoids because they are gentle. They are easily tolerated day and night. Some retinol in general isn't so much. And it gets to work a little bit faster on the skin. So so your skin, your skin accepts it a little bit better. It's almost like I don't want to say it's like biomimetic, but your skin understands retinoid a little bit better. So it works, it accepts it. And as a result of accepting it, it has a little bit, doesn't have to work as hard.
Okay.
So it's kind of not, you're not seeing what a lot of people do see with retinol, which is redness, a lot of flakiness. Maybe you got to wait a while to like get over the hump so that you could tolerate it a little better. You don't really go through that with a retinoid.
So I want to be cognizant, excuse me, of our time, but I do have one more question. We spend so much time on screens, and we certainly have in the last 2 years, and we're learning more about blue light.
Yeah.
How can blue light affect our skin and our eyes?
Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of people walking around here with colored glasses on while they're, my office, because we all started coming back to the office a couple of days, and they're wearing tinted glasses for the blue light. Finding people, a lot of people are finding that their eyes are very strained and very fatigued, very dry. A lot of complaints. But blue light on your skin leads to terrible oxidative stress. There's free radicals that are going on anyway all around us. The added screen time that we have is making that worse. So, that exposure to free radical damage really leads to a lot of issues. It leads to irritation. It leads to, your skin's just not working right, when you have oxidative damage going on. So it triggers inflammation. A lot of people get red, they feel itchy, they get a little puffy. There's a lot of things that blue light is impairing in skin. It absolutely damages the barrier. That's a big problem, because we all know we need to keep our skin barrier healthy and intact, because that's what keeps the good stuff in and it keeps the bad stuff out. So you got to keep your barrier strong, and the blue light can damage the barrier as well. So it's very important to use a product on your skin that's not only going to kind of quell those free radicals and give you antioxidant protection, but also a good barrier cream, something that's really going to help support the barrier, help support it, help strengthen it, and in some cases repair it. And some people need to have their barrier repaired as well. It helps. It's just wise to do that. It leads to a host of issues that, long term people are starting to see now, because we're spending so many countless hours in front of our computers. And I like to take a rest, personally speaking. I like to take a Zoom rest, even if it's 15 minutes, because I have meetings back to back to back to back, like really one after the one. Call it, I'm ending and joining, literally the other. And I had to kind of put time in between those meetings to give myself a rest for Zoom, because it was wreaking havoc on my skin. But my products, building barrier, giving free radical protection, that's really important, and it's been very, very helpful for me.
That's interesting. So it's something probably we can start looking for as we're purchasing our product, is that blue light protection. Yeah. And I love the mental break as well as the break for my skin when it comes to all these Zoom calls. So that's fantastic. Thank you, Janet. I know that Look Good, Feel Better is as near to your heart as it is to mine. And this has been an incredibly informative session. I've learned a lot. And as I said, you make science fun. I hope that everyone that has joined us has also learned something. So on behalf of the entire Look Good, Feel Better family, we're grateful for you sharing your time and expertise and insights with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's been a pleasure and a true honor. Thank you so very much, Anne, and everybody. Thank you so much.
I also want to, just before we wrap, to thank everyone who has joined us live today or maybe watching this on replay. We hope that it's been time well spent. Don't forget that you have a 72-hour discount code to go shopping on Clinique.com, good today through Monday, May 23rd. You can probably do some research on some of those key ingredients that Janet mentioned to help you protect your skin, repair the barrier, and achieve that great skin that you are looking to have. So that code for shopping is LGFB25. And that will be a 25% discount off of your entire purchase. Also, be sure to support the Look Good, Feel Better program by donating. You can click the donate button below, or text Feel Good to 44321. Your donations, as you'll recall, help women in cancer treatment around the country and the world to really regain their confidence. Finally, a shout out to our Look Good, Feel Better month sponsors, which include Beauty by Rudy, Carmen D Beauty, Clinique, Cook for Your Life, Supermodel Emmy, Halo 42, Jamie Gold, Aveeno Restorative Skin Therapy, and Philip Kingsley. Thank you again for joining us. We hope to see you at another Feel Better session soon, and there's something for everyone. Have a great afternoon. Bye, Janet.
Bye-bye.